Hi everyone, welcome to the show. Our first season has come to an end, so this will be the very last show that we have for this year. So we're going to take a little break and we'll resume the show in the spring. So for this episode here, we're going to take you into the Skylark mine, which is pretty cool. It was a mine that was totally reclaimed. It was all sealed off. No one was ever supposed to be able to get in there. But there was a stope pretty close to the surface that caved in. So we found that hole and we got in there. So we'll show you what the Skylark looks like. So we got a couple other things we're going to show you. The ore cart that I've been working on, it's an ore cart way back from the 1800s, totally restored. It's like a brand new ore cart now. We'll show all the features and stuff of that cart. It's a really cool cart. Next year, we're planning on some really exciting adventures. We're going to head up north there with the helicopter and go into some mines in the far north that nobody's been into for a very long time, very remote mines.
Chase, time's running out, and they're using live bait. Streets infected and crawled in the slime. The neon nightmare is about to unwind.
So I hope you're enjoying the holidays. We finally got this cart done for our end of the season special. So I'm going to show you this real cool cart. So these carts were built back in the 1800s. So these carts mostly made out of wood, and it's very well balanced. As you can see, kind of used didn't have a lot of equipment and stuff, so everything was made simple. Horses originally would have pulled these carts out of the mines in the late 1800s. So all these parts would have been taken to the mines on horses and wagons and stuff, and they built them probably at the mines or close to the mines. Some of the other technology I'll show you here, it's quite well balanced, and even this weighs probably 700 or 800 pounds. It's actually pretty easy to move around. So this is where the drawbar, they would have hooked that onto a triple tree and the horse would have pulled that. In later years they used locomotives to pull these, and they hooked one up to the other. And the reason they had to use a chain is because when it was hooked to something else, you still have to tip it, right? So then, you know, that gives you the play and the chain there, right? Just kind of show you how this worked here. So you can have a look here. Yeah, come a little closer. We'll just kind of show you some of the other features underneath here. So yeah, this thing's just really, real solid, heavy made piece of equipment. And this is the handle where you lift it up and down. And this is just this is where you dumped the ore. So that's the one thing that's missing here. The only thing that's not complete here is the tailgate here. So there's sort of a tailgate like a dump truck, right? So it'd be about this high, and then it would just go, when you tip it over, the tailgate flips over.
Here's the axles on this cart here. So you notice there's kind of a bit of a key in there, and there's this brass key that actually fits in here, and it holds this axle in place. It sits on there, and you slide the axle in through the axle housing there. You just slide that axle inside the housing, put the key in, and then this little board actually goes in here. It's a little cover, and it keeps dirt and stuff from falling onto into the housing there. All right, today we're going to demo the Remington Air power chainsaw. Like a regular chainsaw, but runs on air. Obviously, in the mines, you can't have internal combustion engine. So in the video there on Jewel Lake, there we found this great big boar skull. I'll show you just how big this skull is. It's awesome the size of it is. So there's 3 skulls here. The one on the left there's a dog. I think it's probably about a Rottweiler that size. The one in the middle was a black bear that shot on a ranch. It was bugging our livestock there. It was probably about a 500-pound bear. And there's that the skull of the pig there on the very right. And I see it's huge. It's probably about 3 times the size of that bear. I would think that pig was over 1,000 pounds. Just a massive pig. This is the pile of waste rock that I saw off my airplane that gave me the first indication that there was a mine here. It's a pretty fair-sized pile of waste rock, so we know there's pretty extensive tunneling here. Caved in, stoped out area, and that's how we were able to access this mine. This mine has actually all been reclaimed, and nobody was ever supposed to see it anymore. But Mother Nature had a different plan. Okay, there's the hole that we climbed down, and there's a piece of wood there about halfway down. So, you know, I really still don't know whether this was actually constructed like this. I don't see any blast marks or anything like that, or if it just fell. Anyhow, might have been just the top of a stope. They might have mined it out close to the surface and haven't fallen down. I don't really know. But anyhow, so we got a couple of ropes set up here, and I can show you what the plan is here. So obviously a lot of rock did fall down here, and it kind of filled this part of the stope up. So on the right side, we have we're chasing the ore through here. They mined all this out. You know, so you know that's going up kind of similar to where that hole came out, you know, something like that. So I always thought maybe they mined up that way, and you know, that's why the very last part collapsed, and that's why that hole goes to the surface. So anyway, so you can see as they stoped that all out there, chased that vein through there. And this goes down quite a ways too, down to a pool there. So I have a rope here that I pushed down there. Now, I don't really want to climb straight down there. It's a little steep because there's not much headroom there, you know, but there's a ladder and stuff there. I could possibly wedge myself to get across there and tie up on that chain there and get across there. But I haven't really decided how I'm going to tackle this one yet. I like to kind of think these things through a little bit first. What I plan on doing is see if I can get down here with on the other side rather than going down that rope first. But we have the rope down there in case I need to come up this way. So we'll see how that goes. I'll show you the other side. There's some anchors and stuff in here. So
So this is the other side. So this would be the north side, the other side would be the south side. So I'm tied off here, and I can get down this side. So if I go down there and continue to the right, come down this way a little bit further. I think I can probably get through there to where that other rope was. So we'll see how that goes. So now we're at the bottom of where that rope was tied off. And it looks to me like I can get across there. There's a bit of loose rock in here. It goes down, it's flooded down to the bottom there. So we're not going to get down too much further till we get to the water level anyhow. There's a pillar that was left up to keep the stope up supported. So I'm suspecting I can just grab that rope and I'll slide my way along there and I can be at the bottom where the other rope is. There we are looking up where we came from. And I'll just show you what it looks like behind me here. So it was pretty easy walking up here. So we'll go down and check out the lower levels first, and then we'll go up further and see what we can find at the higher levels. So that's just a little shot of the bottom of that level there. So we can't get through there anywhere, it's full of water. Just a beautiful looking rock here. I don't know what it's called, I'm not a geologist, but I don't know if it's some kind of a marble or just would you just love having a kitchen counter or something of that type of rock. I have no idea what it is. Looks beautiful though. Gorgeous looking rock. It's all the same type right here. Of rock here. Really nice looking, beautiful looking rock. And down in here there's it's all caved in here obviously, so we're not going to try to get through there. We'll continue going along and maybe we can get down to a lower level. It's probably going to be full of rock anyhow, full of water. So we're going to carry on to the north here, and then we'll go down that other south passage later where I got the rope that I started with. A big massive chunks of rock here have fallen off the ceiling. I suspect in the winter time, if they're wet, frost gets in there and peels them off. This is one of the more interesting rock formations I've ever seen. With these different layers and just beautiful colors in here. Too old to head back to school now. I don't know if that's going to go anywhere. These cork boots, I was anticipating having to wade through a lot of water today. They're good for that, but if you're on slippery rocks, not really much of an advantage. So yeah, I'll shut the camera off and we'll see if I can get down there and see what's down there. Or maybe I'm just going to continue on the high road here and we'll see if we can drop down somewhere a little easier without having to slip on these cork boots. Nice wall here. These rings, they look pretty solid, but I remember grabbing one time real hard and it just snapped off. It was rusty. So, okay, so there we're going down there. I don't know, what would be the best way of getting down there?
Looks like it's fairly easy just to climb down this side here, and then just make our way right along the bottom there. Oh, that looks pretty hairy. Look at that rock's cracked. It's a huge chunk of rock. Looks like it's just ready to fall. Won't be walking into that. Ooh, that's a big slab. I gotta be real quiet. Oh, we're past that big slab of rock there. So those pools don't look that deep. It almost looks like the bottom of a railway, but it's mostly all collapsed in. Well, the good thing about these ceilings being low and you're crossing it, you can kind of grab them with your hands a little bit and wedge yourself in. So I wouldn't keep wandering down this way. Oh wow. There, we're seeing all the incline here. So let's put our camera down and we'll scramble up there, see what we can find. I'll leave our pack on the other side there because this stoped out area is so narrow. There's not enough room for the pack. So I suspect it's probably going to dead end up there, but that's not very steep. I got a couple rings here that are pretty solid. I'll be able to climb up there. It's not very steep. I can climb up there without the ladder, so I don't really got to worry about the ladder breaking away on me. So this is as far as we get on this. It's not going to go any further north for us. And we have to head back down that ladder. So we're not going to get to the main part of the mine there. So all we can do is just continue on and go to the south part and see how far that goes. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to lower myself down here on this thicker rope. And then we'll figure out how to get up, I think. We can just swing wide and then maybe try to make it to the other ledge. I don't know, we'll just have to kind of make it up as we go along here, I guess. We'll see. I don't think I'll get stuck down here. I can make it back up here. That's not that big of a, not that far. I'm sure I can get back up. Okay, so we made it back down there. It wasn't too much of a problem. It's always getting up that's the problem. So we're standing down here, and that's the other blockage that we couldn't get past. It's blocked there. So I've got two ropes here, and then so I got to do is swing across here somehow. Don't want to fall in there because I don't think I can get out with a rope. I think you'd drown in there. So definitely want to stay out of those. And I don't think we'll be going along there. The only way we're going to do is get to that side is to climb up here. And then if we can get to that ledge right there, then we can walk along the top there. We'll see how it's going to go here. So we made it up here.
by just kind of climbing up that ridge with the rope a little bit to the side, which is a little tricky because, you know, if you slip, you just swing sideways, but it's a little tricky, but I made it. And it's gonna be relatively easy getting out of here because I can just kind of swing, grab this rope as tight as I can, and if I slip, then I'm just swinging and hit that wall right there, so that'll be all right. And I'll be able to climb up, so I won't be a problem getting out. Or you can see this stope from this angle. And yeah, it's similar to that one that we came in on, eh? It was just a cave in from something just like that. So unfortunately, moving along here, we're rapidly reaching the extent of my abilities here. I'm not going to be able to continue much further because this is just getting too tricky for me to do, especially by myself. I might be able to get down here a little bit, but as you can see, it carries on. There's a rat's nest there. Oop. Yeah. So there's another. It carries on. Oop. Same way as it was. I'm not going to fall or anything. It's just difficult to hold on to the camera. So it carries on down here. You know, could probably climb down there that rope. There's probably nothing to see there. But the problem is, as you go along, is how to get up there. And even if you were to get through that water somehow, I guess there's a way to do everything. If you wanted to swim across there, you might be able to climb up that ledge. It looks pretty tricky. Yeah, so anyways, we'll probably just make our way down there. And that'll probably be it for today. Yeah, that looks pretty tricky, all right. So interesting a little bit. So you got a real steep face to get across here. You know, I think you'd have to be an expert rock climber to try that. I certainly don't recommend it. I wouldn't do it. And I'm not too squeamish, so. We'll be calling that a day, I guess, and head her back. Yeah, so the piece of shit trailer that we bought, that I thought actually, you know, that the hitch was starting to come up a little bit. What the heck's going on? You know, we're just traveling down a regular freaking country road, I guess. You know, not down the highway or nothing. They and this trailer's like just a year old, eh? And this is what's happened, eh? So the garbage they make these days is just freaking amazing. So we made it home, and that's how we done it. With that hitch collapsed, we just run a big log right underneath the whole trailer, and then right up against the axle, and then just sucked her to the deck there, had that tied down, and we made her home.